Do you think our video conforms to conventions of the genre?
Yeah, I think it does. Lots of performance shots. The attire, costume is quite common in that genre. Next question.
What's your favourite aspect of the video?
I think editing is really good, and the performance is good because it's clear that you've got people who actually know how to play the instruments, so that just makes it all that more realistic.
If you could improve the video, what would you do?
What would I do? I wouldn't. Perfect. No, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to improve it.
What did you think of the storyline?
Yeah, it's good. It's easy to like understand and stuff. Like some of the others are good and they're more conceptual, but it's difficult to understand what's going on. So I think it's good, like a nice simple narrative with some performance. Classic.
Do you prefer the performance or the narrative?
It's difficult. It's a difficult question. You know, answers there are some. I'd say I don't know. I'd say I like them both equally.
Yeah, because of the way the characters dress, like the dress sense in it, it's very indie and like rock, and like the kind of narrative of it, like the relationship kind of thing, and it's really like quite fast edited on the beat, so yeah, it's good.
Do you think our video conforms to conventions of the genre?
Yes, very much so. I think the mise en scène was spot on with the stage where you recorded the music. I think mise en scène was good in terms of the costumes seemed to fit with sort of indie rock genre. So yeah, definitely.
What's your favourite aspect of the video?
My favourite aspect was probably the clever way in which the narrative had this progression. You could really tell that there was a story to the video itself that coincided with the music. I don't think it's there in the music, but the way in which they break up and the choruses sound increasingly bitter and sarcastic when he talks about being my rubber queen and he shouts at the end. I think that really works the story with the song.
If you could improve the video, what would you do?
Probably have a bit more variety in the shots taken in the level centre, the performance shots, if you like. They were good, but they were quite samey for each time you went back to the chorus, so maybe something slightly different each time.
What did you think of the storyline?
Good, but as I said earlier, that was probably the strongest point to the film. I thought the storyline came across really strongly. I like the way you had little sort of precursors, if you like, foreshadowing of the cheating that goes on later on earlier in the film. And for those of you those people who didn't see it being made like I did, and obviously you did making it, I think it would have a greater impact because you wouldn't quite know what they were until the end, and so it would tie things up nicely. So I think the story it told was the strongest thing about it.
Did you prefer the performance or the narrative?
I think they work together brilliantly. Probably the narrative, because of the variety of locations. You know, I said that was maybe the one weakness with it, that the performance shots were good, but too samey, so probably on balance I preferred the narrative.
Do you think our video conforms to conventions of the genre?
I think in some ways it does, but in other ways it doesn't. Like, I think with all the colouring, I think it doesn't conform, because normally I think they're stylised but in a different way, like they'll be like black and white or quite washed out or something, but I think where you use like bright colours, it challenges it, but it works well, I think.
What's your favourite aspect of our video?
I really like the variety of like shots and angles and stuff, like the shot that's like through the broken frame thingy. I think that's really good.
If you could improve the video, what would you do?
Don't really know, there's not much to improve. Cool. Maybe, I don't think it's necessary, but maybe if you involved the whole band in the narrative, it might, I don't know. I think it would.
What did you think of the storyline?
I thought it was like, even though the whole like kind of idea of like betrayal and stuff is done quite a lot, I think you portrayed it in quite a good and like interesting way. So it was good.
Did you prefer the performance or the narrative?
I think I preferred the performance because like the whole just like handheld feel about it, it just made it quite cool.